Hello and welcome to A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. I'm just going to warn you straight off the bat, a lot of people are not going to like what I'm about to say. But for those who are slowly waking up to the game of life, this is going to resonate with you. You're going to understand it. In fact, this video, if you're ready, is going to help you move to the next level of your soul experience. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? I'm about to say it. Yes, I'm going to say it on this dreadful, awful planet, this hell on earth, apparently. There are no such thing as mistakes. Not one of you out there has ever made a mistake. Now let me explain myself. I can hear the internet going mad. Let me explain myself. Right, I want to put this into perspective. Okay, we have to come from our true nature of who we are. Okay, so it isn't a man, a biological male sat here right now called Sean Hills, who lives in the UK, who, you know, drives his car and looks after his family and does this and does that. That's not where I'm coming from for this bit of the video. I need to come from that eternal soul that has a name from ancient times that I don't know, that isn't of any gender at all, that is a part of the great creator who created everything you see, hear, smell and touch. You are, we are part of that. And that's where we need to come from when you hear what I'm about to say. You need to come from that place, that deep, eternal place of wisdom and understanding to get this message. So I just want to put it in a way that maybe humans will be able to understand a bit better. I want you to imagine. Let's think. Let's try and put this in a way that we can remember. Oh yeah, okay. I want you to imagine a theatre school, a place where you're going to go and learn how to act. And you're 7 years old. You've never acted before. And you turn up at this theatre school and there's people backflipping around, they're dancing, they're screaming, there's poetry, there's playing of the instruments, there's a drummer in the corner, there's people telling jokes. But there's also people stumbling about and they're forgetting their words and they're getting tongue-tied and they don't know how to play the instrument. They backflip. No chance of that. Dancing? What are you talking about, mate? This is me dancing right here. This is a bit of this, like that. So it's day one at the theatre school and you're thrown into a play. And in this play, you happen to play the guy who's going to grow up and own the bakery in the local village. You're going to get married and have a couple of children. And you play this role. Nothing too bad happens. Do you know what I mean? But while you're playing this role, another actor has agreed to be on the wrong side of the tracks. He's going to grow up with addiction. And you're both in the same play, right? But he's going to come and burgle your bakery when you're around 40. And he's going to be sent to prison. And he's going to have this traumatic life, right? But you're both playing a character at this point. Let's not forget, right? And you're playing these characters. And it's your first day. And you might not get it right. You might forget your words. You might stumble. This is your first time, maybe, playing in the theatre of Earth. But there seems to be actors around you that never forget their words and they're playing, you know, all these parts. But they're also playing heroes and villains, even though they've been in this theatre, because the play has to involve contrast. What if you had a play there where, I don't know, every single person was just like, you alright? Yep, how's the day? That's perfect. Today's perfect. Okay, anything wrong? Nope. Nothing wrong ever happens. This is the perfect play of Earth. Okay. What's gonna... You know, you do a few songs, you do a few dances, you look around, you think, what's next? Now this is where it gets tricky. This is where it involves us and Earth and being here. When you step into this play, there is a rule. You have to drink this little cocktail and you're going to forget the next 2 hours of while you're in this play. You're going to believe yourself to be the 45-year-old baker. with the family and the two kids. The robber, at first through the turmoil, might believe, but the people who've been doing the play, they're in the theatre of play the longest amount of time. They agree to drink the same drink as you, but they've done this before. So at first they believe themselves to be the character, and then they remember some point in an hour into the play, they remember, I'm not the baker. I'm not the bank robber. This is all a play. In another hour, I step off stage and I go back to being the perfect peace on earth, the heavenly realms, where everything's perfect all the time. And I'm guessing that got quite boring because we invented, yes, we, all of us, invented through our imaginations and our vibrations, physical planes where we can experience things we cannot on the other side for an experience. So what if the robber completely forgets that he's in a play and he goes off character? Free will. He starts smashing up the stage. I don't want to be a robber. I don't want to do this addiction thing, because inside he knows somewhere that he's eternal love. He's not really that character. And that torment is what's driving guilt in all of us, or was in me. I'm coming out of it. Driving guilt in all of us, that is making us believe we're the character. So we can't find our eternal truth because it is shrouded with guilt. This is why this video is so important, that there are no mistakes. You are playing a character. And when you realise that every mistake you think you've ever made was actually part of the design to get you to this point, then you can lighten that load and drop that feeling of guilt. And what lies underneath for every single person, no matter how far from God they strayed, when they drop that guilt, what lies underneath is that pure unconditional love. And we naturally, by our nature, turn back towards love. But the world has us believing deeply, through religion, through judgment, through a concept of how we have to behave. The world has us believing deeply that we have made mistakes, that we are sinful creatures, that we deserve to be punished. Man, who wants to live in a world like that? You are not sinful beings making mistakes. You are working out a situation, a challenge that has been implanted into the game specifically for you, that you and your soul family designed before you was even born. This was all your choice, and it's your choice to either turn back to love, or turn back to God, or turn back to the devil, or what we would consider to be something that is not conducive with your vibration of unconditional love. So, what I'm trying to say is, at this very moment, just remember you haven't made any mistakes. It doesn't mean that you're going to go out and now make a load of mistakes, because this isn't your true nature. Once you realise that them mistakes you made weren't mistakes, they were designed challenges for your specific journey to awaken as a soul, then naturally every single human being on earth, every single soul in the universe will turn back to its co-creator, its creator, its father, the divine, God, whatever you want to call it, our home, our true nature of unity. We go back there. We threw ourselves out into the universe, into the darkest depths of space. And now we're coming back. And in every single lifetime of a man and a woman, we can be thrown out into the darkest depths of trauma through childhood. And around our 30s, 20s, 30s, we can be chosen. We can choose. Every single person's given a choice and a moment. We can choose to go back to love. And if you don't get it the first time, hey, Theatre of the Earth, Theatre of School never closes. You can go back next season, and next season, and next season. And soon, you're going to be flying on that stage, never forgetting a word, cruising through this life like it's easy, like it's a biscuit and a cup of tea. It goes down beautiful, a bit of life on earth. It doesn't have to be traumatic. Heaven can be right here if we know how to play this pretty amazing game. Educational experience purposes. And if a child in school makes a mistake, does it make them a bad kid? No, they're learning. Like we're all learning. Consciousness never stops learning. And we make mistakes and feel experiences. I say mistakes. We feel experiences that are not conducive of our natural state of being on our unconditional love. We have experiences, and humans, we have labelled them mistakes. They're not. They're contrast of experience. And I'll say this forever. And once you know that, that's when you get the real power back to say, okay, I am not the mistakes I've made. I am unconditional love. Wow, that feels great. And naturally, let's go and do some lovely stuff. Let's go be that love. I don't need to be that turmoil anymore because the guilt is gone. All of that stuff that I believed I was, gone. Because I realised if I made a mistake and the universe is inside me, that means the universe has made a mistake. So what? I know better than the universe. I'm trying to tell the universe, you've made mistakes over here. Everything else is perfect, but with me, mistake. Doesn't happen. The universe does not make mistakes, and that includes you and the actions that have led you to this point, in this time, in this moment. So please believe me, you've got nothing to feel guilty for. Drop that lead weight down. Look up, know you're loved, and turn back to love. It might take 2 years, it might take 2 days, it might happen in 2 seconds. It might take 20 years, it might take 20 lifetimes, but there's no such thing as time, so it takes as long as it takes. But every single soul, I promise you, no matter what you've done, every single soul goes back to God eventually. There is no other place it can go. It came from God, it has to go back to God. That is how the universe works. Law of attraction. Came from God, it's going back there. How smoothly, how fast, is up to us and the universe and our guides helping us along the way. But just drop that feeling of guilt for me, please. Just drop it. And if this video has helped you, please like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm solid in my beliefs of what I believe to be true. I think we're far too wrapped up in the human story, and it's time to break free from that through the Great Awakening. So I just want to thank you for being down here with me on Earth and all of us at this great time. Yes, it's hard. Yes, there's turmoil, but there is beauty and joy inside of that. And if we can see that, nothing can touch us as indestructible, undeniable souls. So I wish you all the best. Much love. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you soon.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long.